If a termite has been affected by the CSI bait, same process. They go back to the nest, they shed that exoskeleton, but now they don't have a new one under it. And so just like you or I, if it gets really hot out here and you're not drinking water, what do your muscles do?
Yeah, they get stiff.
They get stiff, they cramp up because there's no moisture there. Well, in this case, there's no cuticle of an exoskeleton to bind to, so their muscles are essentially exposed to the elements. When that happens, they start to desiccate and dry out, and it actually strangles them to death.
Oh my gosh.
So that's how it actually kills them.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't necessarily stop them from molting, but it doesn't allow them to complete that full molting life cycle.
Okay.
And it's a targeted approach. Only happens to the termites. Only happens to the worker termites because they're the only ones that molt. And that's what makes it very effective.
And so it happens quicker to the younger ones than it does to the older ones.
That's right. The problem with that, right? If you're a homeowner, just a layperson, you don't know. You don't live in this world. You don't get it.
Yeah.
One thing I always like to say is, with what I call just general pest control, you might call an exterminator because I have ants or I have roaches or whatever. Exterminator comes, they spray, and one of two things is going to happen. You're either going to see something dead, or you're going to see nothing at all, right? And with a termite baiting system, it's kind of a paradigm shift where we're going to put a bait out, and they're going to start feeding on that, and that's a good thing. And we're going to watch them decline because it doesn't work on them immediately.
Right.
It only works when they go to molt. But why that's a good thing is during that time to molt, they spread it, and it's like a virus. So once they eat it, they're infected. They feed another one, that one's infected, and then it just spreads through that colony.
Well, and the good part about it, them not realizing what's going on, is it's able to actually be more widespread.
Exactly.
Rather than being like a contact pesticide that's in the soil or something right there, like you're actually using the termite to actually get the poison into the system.
Exactly. Beautifully said. Right. One thing we say is we're turning their biology against them.
Yeah.
Right. They're eating something they don't know is going to kill them. They feed their friends because that's what they do to survive. And then by doing that, they're unknowingly infecting their friends, and then that spreads like a virus.
How do they spread it though? I mean,
so it's a process called trophallaxis. It's just a fancy word for regurgitation. So they eat anything that they eat. Excuse me. They eat it, and then they break it down. So termites have a protozoa in their gut that allows them to break down like woody cellulose material and digest it. And then they feed that with one another. Well, the bait that they're eating is a form of the same thing. It's a man-made version of that. And so they eat it, and then they feed each other. They trophallaxis, they just regurgitate it to one another.
Yeah.
And then once they've eaten it and once it's in their system, they can't stop it, but then they spread it every time they feed another one.
no. Okay.
So it's
so it kind of gets in their system, stays in their system, and then every time, even if they eat something else, they're still regurgitating a little bit more and a little bit more.
Yep.
I got you.
Exactly. Because of that protozoa in their gut. That's exactly right.
Interesting.
Yeah. We can go really deep into the weeds and be here a while. That's the fun stuff.